How's it going today, guys? It's Hank back with another new video. Today I'm going to be talking about what I would like to see in Legion, what I would like to see that they did in this expansion, these past expansions, and improve on. This is based off the information we have right now, so like stuff we've gotten at DragonCon and Gamescom. And since all that information is out way before like the beta and all that stuff started, it's all subject to change, and we will have to take it with a grain of salt. Video is just me running the eye, doing the Kalthus Sunstrider fight, just to throw something up there. I was trying to get the Ashes of Allah. Unfortunately, did not get them, though. But let's jump into this. The biggest thing I want to see is post-launch support. Maintaining and fixing bugs. I know personally when I did the Worlds of Draenor opening quests, I was Horde at the time. And I can't remember the name of the quest or anything like that, but I literally could not do it for 2 days straight. So I was just stuck there. So that's the biggest thing for me. I'd also like to see it heavily based around lore. I've touched on this one in one of my other videos. I'm really into the lore now thanks to Novel. And this expansion has the setup to be perfectly just surrounded by lore. Now hopefully I don't want them to use too much, just because that wouldn't leave much for future expansions. But with all the people they want to introduce during this expansion, they have a setup to include some nice people and like set up for other expansions actually, as long as they don't use too much, like I said. Since we all have these big names, like I said, either making a return to the game or making their debut, like their official debut, like Illidan, Queen of Azara, and Gil'dan actually coming back to our reality, could mean some great things. Make a focus on dungeons and raids, which they said they're going to do, but they've also said they're going to do this a couple times now. But I hope they actually stick to their word, because they realized how like downhill it went for World of Draenor and how many subs they lost because of it. So patches including new dungeons alongside raids, like the ICC raids is like the best example for it, where you got the ICC raid and then you had the 3 expansions, right, that were like in the ICC like cathedral thing, and they were all just kind of based around and introduced like little story plots and stuff like that into the ICC raid. Another big thing, I don't do much of it, but PvP completely needs an overhaul. Like if they want to introduce the prestige mode, which I think is a great idea, and I would love to see how well it's going to work, and I think it will work great. And then getting rid of the PvP gear, I also support, just because I'm a PvE player, which this getting rid of the PvP gear makes me actually want to PvP, because I don't feel like I need it to go in there and actually PvP. It just makes it sound a lot more comfortable, basically. Questing and leveling, so similar to Warlords of Draenor, like with the treasure, the rare mobs, bonus objectives, and the good amount of quests that aren't linear. I'm one of those people, I like to go and just do random quests. I can go from hub to hub, and I don't like get sent to hubs and then get sent immediately back. I want to go out and do the quests I want. More focused on class development, individuality, which they said they're going to do with like the order halls and stuff like that, which hopefully, as long as they don't make them like garrisons, I think the order halls are going to be great. I like the idea of changing some of the specs completely, like survival hunters becoming melee, changing the resources on some classes and specs, such as like the Shadow Priest getting insanity, is another great thing. I enjoyed it when the hunters actually got switched from mana to focus, because I mean their pet uses focus, which I think is really cool, to give them both focus instead of something using mana when it really makes no sense for it to use mana. And then another good idea I would love to see is classes actually getting achievements. It's like a shaman killing a certain earth elemental or fire elemental or something like that only they can see, and they just get an achievement for it. Like you can do a hunter where they have to kill a beast and they get an achievement for that. Like just hunters can do it though. So that'd be kind of cool. And then the artifacts, I don't want to see them be easy to obtain, just because we're going to have them all expansion. So if they're easy to obtain, it's going to take like all of the coolness out of them, basically. Just because like the Doomhammer from Thrall, that is a big lore weapon. So if you just hand that out to anybody really easy, it's going to take some of it away, and it's going to make it less popular, and everyone's going to be running around with it type deal. And then another thing that needs an overhaul is professions. They completely just need to be revamped. I have jewel crafting on this tune, and I mean it's max level, but I also haven't really like used it since BC when it came into the game, which is a problem. I would love to see me actually be able to use more jewel crafting for random things. Make them useful. The Warlords of Draenor garrisons basically eliminated them, which that's why I do not want to see garrisons come back on the profession side, just because you could have any of the small plots taken up by something, and then you can basically have that profession whenever you wanted. So that's just kind of a list of things I want to see in Legion. I think these things would improve the game quite a bit, but that's also just my opinion. So everyone's open to their own opinions. Please leave yours in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. This is Hank. Until next time, guys. See you.